everyone, welcome back. I know I told you guys that I was bringing you back a video, and so many things transpired. If you follow me on Instagram and saw the post, you kind of know what I'm talking about. I wanted to real quickly address, first of all, if you're new to my channel and you don't know me, I'm Madam Teray. Welcome. Click the subscribe button, click the bell so you're notified of future videos. Now, in this video, I'm going to be addressing an email that I had received in regards to the topic at hand, which is let's talk about religion. Okay, Abdul, go back in the room. I'm recording. Thank you so much. Marcus, go turn the TV off.
You take this big vitamin?
No more vitamins. You took all of them.
You took this vitamin.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
You take this vitamin.
Marcus!
No!
Go in your room and close the door.
Let Marcus.
DeMarcus!
No.
Go in the room, Abdul.
No.
Hey, turn that TV off in my room. Close my room door, Marcus. Just close my room door. So, I kind of wanted to just read you guys a response to an email, and I'm going to cover up their email address. But I wanted to give you guys and hit on some key points that I highlighted. So, people DM me, they send me emails, and whenever they have questions, and I was like, you know what? This would be the perfect opportunity when we're discussing Let's Talk Religion. If you haven't saw Let's Talk Spirituality, you can go ahead and see the last video. And then in the next video, we're going to get a little bit more deeper. So I'm going to try and move this series along. So we're going to go ahead and, read the email, and then we're going to talk about it. So basically, they wrote me and asked me, was I of any of the Abrahamic religions, or what type of spirituality was I into? Just kind of trying to get the gist, I guess, of, where I am with regards to religion and spirituality, which is okay, because a lot of times some things aren't made clear to some people, and then some people may just want to know. And in this case, they were, I believe, either Christian or they were Jehovah's Witness, one or the other, and they almost kind of wanted to go in lecture mode with me with regards to my response. And so I kind of summed it up with this. I get many inboxes about my spirituality, or shall I say spiritual path, and a huge amount of people want to know if I'm still, or if I am, or if I was, or follow the faith. It's mostly childhood associates and new people who will get to know me, loading up me with scriptures saying this and that about the word and so forth. And that's okay, but we're going to be crystal clear about everything. One, with regards to an explanation that I owe to no one, as it relates to my religion and my spirituality. And yes, there are certain things that, can transpire in your life, from birth, and they may help you along the way. And that's neither here nor there, because I've witnessed people in my life that weren't raised under a particular set of dogmas, rules, religions, however you want to call it, and they turned out perfectly fine. And then I've saw people who were totally religious, followed every letter to the Q and the T to the Q to the T, and they still got jabbed around with life. So it was kind of like asking yourself so many questions and wanting to know, just genuinely and truly, don't just serve me with a particular answer, like tell me what it is. And so I was kind of at that point. So yes, I was raised in the church, and I still go from time to time. I'm not, against anything that has to do with uplift and doing something good and positive. So, I never stopped reading the Bible. Of course, people ask me that all the time. All the time, people ask me that all the time. Do you read the Bible and stuff like that? And I'm like, yes, and yes, I do read the Bible. Here is my Bible right here. I do read the Bible. I am not against the Bible, people. Just because we, study different things, it doesn't mean that you don't or you don't have to read the Bible. So this is the edition that I do read and work out of. And I actually take my own notes and stuff. And yeah, so yes, I read the Bible. And do I read it with the same set of eyes that I did when I was a young girl? Oh no. Oh no. So it's safe to say, I was raised in the Christian faith. So, they wanted to know, what do I teach my kids? And I said, basically, in a nutshell, it's not your business, but, I kind of give them the Christian background because we live in the United States of America, and 90% of how the corporation is operating is under that premise. And if you don't understand that, you're going to be set so far behind. And I think that people push religion down people's throat just so people don't forget it, so you will never not understand how the program is running. So people think that it's it's something that has to be forced, or if you don't do it after a while, which is true, it dies down, it goes away. And that is so true. If people don't do a particular thing, it eventually dies down. And I'm not against, like a lot of people say, oh, I stopped going because it turned into fashion shows, it turned into this, it turned into that. Listen, religion is just like anything else. Because I've saw plenty places that started out, and after a while everything died down and people stopped coming, and then what happened? They lost funding and they lost the building, and it basically, the dream went away. So that thing that person had in mind of setting up just went, by the wayside. So yeah, there are opportunities in life that present itself and people take advantage of it at a particular time. But if they don't do certain things, like have the anniversaries and the fashion shows and the different events throughout the year, and keep people's interest and keep them intrigued and keep them coming back to something, it's going to eventually die down. But I think that's with any other thing, so no, I don't knock church because of that. And I just, I go if I'm invited sometimes, and I don't like when I go and I don't really like the spotlight. I just like to come, listen, and leave. That's it. I don't care about meeting any new people. People say, use the opportunity to do a lot of other things, but I don't do that. I just like to go in, maybe hear something inspirational, something may speak to my spirit, and I leave. And that's all you have to do in life with anything, regardless of if you're on a religious path or a spiritual path. Get what you need to get out of it to grow, whether it's something that you need mentally, whether it's something that you need physically, whether it's something that you need intellectually, whether it's something that you need emotionally. I mean, just any part of you, any part of your well-being that will make you be a better version of you. Get what you need to get from whatever spirituality or religious path that you have to get on. Get it and move forward. And that's basically, in a nutshell, what I do. And I went on to tell them that I use fundamental tools like everybody else. And it says, however, I do put things in educational perspective historically, regards to the history of the United States, not America. When a child or someone wants to know when or how the Bible came on the scene, I just don't want to feed them bullshit again, which me elaborate on what I was telling you guys about. I let them know when like, okay, you're in a battle, you fight, boom, a war breaks out. So now I've conquered your land. So my people, my language, my culture, my everything comes and take over, boom. So now everything that you got going on over here has to stop and cease. So it's going to stop and cease by any means necessary. So, not wanting my kids to miss out on the understanding of those concepts, and understand that, hey, this is what happened, this is how it came to be, and this is where we're at right now. So I take all of those collectively and put them together in like a conversational form and give it to my kids so they can understand like things from a intellectual level, and then just from a like if something comes on the TV from the news or anything and they want to put stuff in proper perspective, they got something that they can draw from and say, oh, okay, so we're talking about this constitutional issue, okay, the Constitution was written during this time period, it was written because of X, Y, and Z, 1, 2, 3, how's it affecting us now? Okay, so the Constitution came out of the conquering of the land from the people, you know what I'm saying? And so I just make sure I put it all together, not just from a lecturing perspective, but more so towards a conversational perspective, so they'll be a little bit more intrigued. And of course my youngest isn't, but my oldest, he asks a lot of questions, and usually it's not really more so religious, it's just more so of just kind of like, why is there so many different denominations, why are there so many different beliefs, why are there so many this and this and that. And the same question that any normal person would ask when they just kind of want to know if it's one, then why this? And if this person is considered an ancestor, but we never met them, because then you got one group of people saying, oh, that's everybody's ancestor. You got another group of people saying it's black people, excuse me, ancestor. And you got another people that say, oh, the Bible is the history of the black people that are here in the United States of America. And then you got another social group over here that says, oh, all the people in America, 90% of them aren't, didn't come from Africa. They are from this land, i.e. Turtle Island. And then you got another group of people saying, oh, this is Atlantis. And then you got another group of people saying, so you got different people speaking, and you got everybody just throwing in their own perspective of what they want to know. So the only way to really truly iron everything down, like I say, put it into a conversational form and not a lecture form, and give it to my kids, is to make them understand that you don't have to know every single thing, but if you do, you just need to learn how to actually decode and just put stuff in proper perspective. Because once you learn how to do all of that, and you kind of know where to grab and look and research your information, you don't really have to be vulnerable to certain people to get to take your energy. And I think that that's where the unjust for me comes in at. And I just kind of, look at things just from a different perspective. People will hurt you for what you don't know. And I remember when I was a young girl, there was a guy, he said that one time we were visiting just a friend house with my grandmother, and the guy was like, you pay for what you don't know. And I was just like, you pay for what you don't know? And I had to think about that for a minute. And he was like, yeah, you pay for what you don't know. And then I'm like, okay, you pay for what you don't know in what aspect? And he just said you can look at it from any perspective. You pay for what you don't know. You can pay for what you don't know intellectually. You can pay for what you don't know when it comes to your car. You don't know how to fix it. So if you don't know how to fix it, then you can't go buy the parts to go fix your car. You got to go ask somebody or maybe pay them. So now you're out of money paying for what you don't know. Same thing, principle can apply to religion, spirituality, and everything else. If you don't know, you got to pay, ask somebody for the information. They disseminate it to you, and boom, now you get it. Or if you sit down and do a little bit of research on your own, which may take a little bit of time, and that's okay, because life is just a ever learning and process. I mean, it's a ever going on. It's a it's a never ending ongoing process that you should probably never want to stop, because you can never know everything. You could just kind of, as you learn and grow, put things in this proper perspective. And I can honestly say, going to college or reading more. So if you don't go to college, decide to go to college, at least try and read more, and then something will click and things will start to just fall in place. Books will be like kind of be drawn to you and call you. So in this video, one book that I would recommend, because I told you guys I'll be recommending, is your Bible. If you have a Bible, pick it up, read it. It's a great foundational tool to help you with regards to spirituality, and it can help you in any aspect of spirituality. I even have a Quran around here somewhere. I have other religious books that I read. I don't just read from one religious text. I read several because I'm more of a eclectic, how you say it, eclectic type of spiritual person, whereas I kind of study a lot of the major religions, and I kind of like try to pull from them what I need in my spiritual journey, and I just go with that. I spent 18 years with a book to develop a relationship, which I'm talking about the Bible. And I went in to tell them, basically, yes, I was raised in a Pentecostal church. And I also was raised under Baptist rites, because my mother's father had a church. And then my mother, for some odd reason, she went to church with my great-grandmother, so, which is her grandmother and my grandmother's mother. So my great-grandmother went to a Baptist church, and my grandmother, she had a Pentecostal church with my grandfather, who was a preacher or whatever. So Reverend Bishop, however you want to call it. And so I got to see just and learn so much information, and it was amazing. It was one of the most blessed spiritual field upbringings that one could ever have, and I am very appreciative of such a thing. So I went on to say, I found studying other spiritual practices were needed for my spiritual growth, And yes, I can relate to a lot of people because I've studied a lot of different religions and I understand a lot of religious paths. And because I've studied religion, I don't have to worry about. I know I get side eyed when some people see me because I may react a certain way or maybe wearing a certain color or doing, have a certain charm or a medallion or amulet, how you want to say it on, and people might, look like that. But I don't tell anyone how to live nor what to believe. I charge it to each individual specifically to, do what they do. What I say, what I can say is that I enjoy reading, my Bible with others. I enjoy reading other spiritual material. I know why I read. I know why I research. I know why I keep purchasing various different types of Bibles, because I don't just read one type of Bible, because there are so many different types of Bibles. My study and understanding has nothing to do with anyone else, so please don't go there. I listen to everything that is meant for me for my journey, and all my research, it remains my foundational source for correction, and spiritual walk gives me my direction. Growth is everything, even with religion. Materialism is nothing at all if there's nothing to gain. Stop measuring others by it. To think of it, look at Mark 8 and 6 and attest to this notion. Regardless of my religion or spiritual beliefs, I follow the laws of the land constitutionally. My right and wrong, from I know right from wrong and how to treat people, and I don't think that should be measured by any spiritual path. And I see and feel physically and spiritually connected to just about anyone. To that fact, I do not judge others nor their paths. And I said, so yes, in a nutshell, I do read the Bible, and no, I'm not a more so religious type of person. I'm more spiritual in my approach on life. I'm not better. I just think different and do what works for me. Call me what you like, just knowing meaning of words, just know the meaning of words you use, especially in the spiritual perspective, as I just might agree that I am that I am. Have a blessed day, blessed filled day, and may the Creator have mercy on us all. Hashtag spiritual peace and hashtag love. So in a nutshell, I just pretty much was telling them in a response that regardless of what journey and what walk and what path you take in life, everything leads to the center of love, embracing each other, research, being honest with yourself, soul searching, and just pulling out the better version of yourself. Because the way this world is set up out here, it is a lot of pressure. And it's a lot of pressure on a lot of different people, sometimes for no reason. So you kind of just want to find your place, get in it, and just live and, expand where you need to expand, explore where you need to explore. But in all you're getting, just enjoy life, because it's a journey. So this series is just to get more conversational with my audience, to share with you guys things that I have been sent to me, and I hope you guys enjoyed this email. It was just a short reply, but I just thought it would be so fitting for this video. So, and I promise you guys I get a video out, so we're going to talk about it. So again, one book that I would suggest you guys go ahead and grab is the Holy Bible. It's a good spiritual tool, and it's one just to start from. And if you're already there, you can enjoy it. I also like the Tina Clifford book. I know I told you guys I would be referring more books for you guys to read. And this is her book right here. And it says Tina Clifford, The Little Book of Big Lies, A Journey into Inner Fitness. And this is a really, really good book. She had it forwarded by Reverend Dr. Ayala Van Sant, a spiritual life coach. And she basically said, the little book of lies, beloved, Tina Clifford proves herself to be an inner workout coach. So many things we accept as truth simply aren't. So many things that we accept without question stunts our growth. If you are ready to work through some of the lies that may be holding you back, give this book a big read. And when I say this is an awesome, awesome book, this is an awesome, awesome book. And without giving anything away, I just want you guys to see, oh, that's not it. There it is. The table of contents. She has a lot of good things that she goes into just in her table of contents. So if you guys have an opportunity to check out her book, it is still available online. I did get mine when it first came out at Barnes and Nobles. I was just drawn to it. I walked into the Barnes and Noble store, and again, this is one of many books that, you know, I just saw all this big hair sitting on the shelf, and something just told me to pick it up. And I saw the yellow book, and I just picked it up. And I think the yellow color, you know, it's a because you know yellow is a happy color, so I think that's what kind of drew me to it. And I just picked it up and started reading, and I worked my way on through it. And I was like, yeah, this is definitely a book that I could see myself recommending to my audience. So, this is a really good book to look into. And you guys can also follow her on Instagram. So I think that she's a really good starter book for those who, you know, just want to take an inner journey, and you know, and you have some questions about a few things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this mini read, and I have more videos like these coming in the future, and we'll get more into detail and depth about the different topics and subjects that we've talked about thus far. Again, we have covered let's talk about let's chat about spirituality, and this one was more so religion. So we're going to get into the different types of religion. So out here we got Christianity, we got Buddhism, we got well, no, we got Christianity, we got our Muslims brothers, we got different forms and different denominations of religions and stuff like that. And so with those religions and stuff, I think for spirituality, those are very good starter points, because they give you foundational reference points to start from if you have never followed any path. If you've never followed any path and you were still questioning a lot of things, I would suggest following a religious faith for structure and for faith. And for spiritual growth, I wouldn't advise you to stay there. I would advise you to get the information that you need out of that religion and build forward like that to build your life, because there's so much more out there than just the surface level knowledge that is given. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the discussion box below, and I'll be sure to try to get to you guys' questions and be looking out for the next video. Until then, you guys stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the very next video. Bye.